Welcome to Quiz Quiz Bang Bang, the pub quiz practice show that hits you pow right in the quizzer. You ever get hit like pow, Annie?
Yeah, it's like when a child hits you.
Happens too often to mention. I'm your host, David Flora.
And I'm your other host, Annie Flora.
Annie, besides getting hit by children, have you learned anything new this week?
I don't know if you've heard of this show called Game of Thrones.
What is it?
Game of Thrones. So it had its final episode, and it had an audience of 19.3 million viewers. Game of Thrones broke the record several times with its audience. Do you know which show was the last show on HBO to break records?
Which was the Sopranos?
That's right. The Sopranos had 13.6 million viewers. But that got
That's a lot.
That is a lot. But it got me curious about the top 5 season finale audiences of all time. Do you want to guess at the top 5 at all?
Boy, what about Dexter?
No.
No.
I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh.
No,
I was just, Dexter has a questionable series finale.
Well, that's what, I didn't think that one. I just thought since so many people didn't like it. Anyway. Okay, not Dexter. Besides Showtime, a Showtime show is probably a bad guess. How about Seinfeld?
Yes, Seinfeld is number 3.
Okay, how about Cheers?
Cheers is number 2 with 84.4 million viewers.
How many?
84.4
million?
Yeah.
People watched the last episode of Cheers?
I know, so that's crazy.
And Game of Thrones had 19? But I haven't gotten the number. So there was more?
Yeah.
What am I not thinking of?
Think of something older.
Oh, even older? MASH?
Yep.
Okay.
MASH, number 1 with 105.9 million viewers.
There weren't that many people alive then. Come on.
That's true. There weren't.
In the what? 70s?
Yeah,
80s?
there's like 20 million people alive
end?
tops. It ended 1983.
Yeah.
But just to round it out, since I said top 5, number 4, Friends.
Oh, yeah.
65.9 million. And number 5, Magnum P.I. 50.7 million viewers.
Now that was a surprise.
Yeah. 20 million just tuned in for his mustache.
You're wrong. Whatever number you said first is how many tuned in for his mustache.
That's true. Well, shall we dive in with some questions?
Alrighty, here is the lowdown on how it's going to work. Quiz Quiz Bang Bang is comprised of 4 rounds of 4 questions each, followed by the answers. After round 2, we'll ask a quick-fire bang bang question, where you'll have a time limit to give multiple answers. After the 4th round, the show culminates with the Big Bang, a final round with 3 questions whose answers are all clues to one final question. All right, let's get into the questions. Round 1, question 1. The category is sports. Who is the only NBA MVP to be named both Coach of the Year and Executive of the Year? Question 2, the category is geography. Which interstate goes through 16 states, making it the interstate that traverses the largest number of states? Question 3, category is society. Which country has the most centenarians, or people over 100 years old, per capita? And question 4, the category is technology. In the mid-1990s, there were over 2 million of this public device in the United States. In 2004, the number was down to 1.3 million, and only about 100,000 currently remain. What is this public device? And now the answers for round 1. Question 1. Who was the only NBA MVP to be named both Coach of the Year and Executive of the Year? The answer is Larry Legend, Larry Bird. Question 2. The interstate that goes through 16 states is I-95. It runs through Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine, as well as a very brief stretch in the District of Columbia, while crossing the Potomac. Question 3. Which country has the most centenarians per capita? The answer is Japan. Question 4. What public device were there over 2 million of in the 90s? 1.3 million in the OFers? Whatever they call those. And only 100,000 remain. Those are payphones.
Round 2. Question 5. Category: Movies. Which Bond movie features the song "Nobody Does It Better"?
Nobody does it better.
That's the one. Question.
Makes me feel bad.
Question.
Nobody does it half as good as.
Question 6. Category: Science. What is the closest star to Earth? Question 7. Category: Fictional character. What mass vigilante hero's name means fox? Question 8. Category: Clothing. The letters YKK appear on most zippers. What do these letters stand for? And now the answers for round 2. Question 5. Which Bond features the song "Nobody Does It Better"? It's from The Spy Who Loved Me and was sung by Carly Simon. Question 6. What is the closest star to the Earth? The Sun.
Did we get you?
Oh, good one. The next closest one is Proxima Centauri in the Alpha Centauri system. Question 7. Category: Fictional character. What mass vigilante hero's name means fox? Zorro. Question 8. The letters YKK appear on most zippers. What do these letters stand for? Yoshida Kogyo Kabushiki, the Japanese manufacturing group. We would also accept Yoshida Group.
Alrighty, we've reached the halfway point, which means it's time for the Bang Bang round. The category for this week's Bang Bang round is games and hobbies. I'll give you 30 seconds to name the original weapons in the North American version of the board game Clue. Your 30 seconds starts now.
And that's time! The original weapons of the North American version of the board game Clue are candlestick, revolver, knife, lead pipe, rope, and wrench.
Time for round 3. Question number 9. The category is animals. How many eyelids do birds have per eye? Question 10. Category is music. Paul McCartney wrote what song for Julian Lennon after Julian's parents split up? Question 11. Category is mythology. According to Greek mythology, Persephone was forced to spend a quarter of the year in Hades after eating seeds of what fruit? And question 12, the category is television. How many members were in the sketch comedy group Monty Python? And now the answers for round 3. Question number 9, how many eyelids do birds have per eye? 3. Not all eyelids of a bird are used for blinking. Instead, the eye is lubricated by the nictitating membrane, a third concealed eyelid that sweeps horizontally across the eye, like a windscreen wiper. Question number 10. Paul McCartney wrote what song for Julian Lennon after Julian's parents split up? Hey Jude, having evolved from McCartney's original ballad Hey Jules. Question 11. Persephone was forced to spend a quarter of the year in Hades after eating seeds of what fruit? The pomegranate. According to the myth, eating from the food of the dead meant you were treated with hospitality and had to stay in the underworld. Her mother Demeter's sadness during the months that Persephone is in Hades was the explanation for winter. And question 12, how many members were in the sketch comedy group Monty Python? 6. They were John Cleese, Eric Idle, Terry Gilliam, Terry Jones, Michael Palin, and Graham Chapman.
Round 4. Question 13. Category History. At 35 years old, and with 15 arrests on record, who became, at the time, the youngest winner of the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964? Question 14. Category Geography. Though the majority are uninhabited, which country has more islands than any other country in the world? Here's a small hint. Even the capital in the country is an archipelago of 14 islands connected with over 50 bridges. Question 15. Category Anatomy. In which part of the human body is the organ of Corti? Question 16. Category Music. What was pianist and composer Frédéric Chopin's nationality? And now the answers for round 4. Question 13. At 35 years old and with 15 arrests on record, who became, at the time, the youngest winner of the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964? Martin Luther King Jr. At the time of this recording, Malala Yousafzai is currently the youngest to have won it at 17. And 16-year-old nominee Greta Thunberg could become the youngest. Question 14. Though the majority are uninhabited, which country has more islands than any other country in the world? Sweden, with 221,800 islands.
Almost as many as saw the end of Magnum P.I.
Ha! Question 15. In which part of the human body is the organ of Corti? Ears. It is the receptor organ for hearing. Question 16. What was pianist and composer Frédéric Chopin's nationality? He was Polish. And that's the end of the regular rounds.
Which means it's time for the Big Bang. We're going to give you 3 clue questions to help with the answer of one final question. The category for this week's Big Bang question is sports. Keep in mind the 3 clue questions won't necessarily be from the same category. Here we go.
Question 1. In the famous surrealist painting, Son of Man, by René Magritte, what sort of hat is the man wearing?
Question 2. In the animated musical Anastasia, what type of creature is Rasputin's sidekick Bartok?
Question 3. What was the name of the Ewok played by Warwick Davis in Star Wars Return of the Jedi?
And your Big Bang question, category again is sports. In 1844, Canada and the United States played the first official international match For what sport?
And here are your answers for the Big Bang round. Question 1. In the famous surrealist painting, Son of Man, by René Magritte, what sort of hat is the man wearing? He's wearing a bowler hat.
Question 2. In Anastasia, what type of creature is Bartok? A bat.
Question 3. What was the name of the Ewok played by Warwick Davis in Star Wars, Return of the Jedi? He played Wicket.
And your Big Bang answer. In 1844, Canada and the U.S. played the first official international match for what sport? Said to be the first international match of any sport, a team from the British Empire's province of Canada was invited down to New York City for a friendly old game of cricket. There's a great fun fact with this one. Apparently, a game had been played 4 years prior in Toronto when the St. George's Club of New York had been duped into traveling up there for a match against Toronto's club. An imposter had invited them, but the Canadians quickly arranged a match anyway, complete with spectators and a brass band, and it was such a success they decided to have an official match 4 years later. Canada won, by the way.
Figures.
I mean, they were British, right, at the time?
That's right. Weren't we all British
weren't we
at the
all
time?
1844. Nope. Facts brought to you by Quiz Bang Bang.
We're all British all the time.
I love it though that somebody tricked the New York cricket team to go to Canada to play a match. And the Canadians were just like, "Well, since you're here," and then a brass band showed up.
That seems right. I feel like that would happen now.
It could certainly happen now. Yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, we're sorry. Here, let's go."
So friendly.
What's all the hubbub about? We love you, Canada.
We love you, Canada.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. Make sure to go to all the social medias to like us. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. QuizBangPod is our Twitter handle.
You guys, if you liked us on Twitter, you'd be like the first person.
So check out Twitter. If you got Twitter, please help us out. Facebook, find us on there, Quiz Bang Bang.
Yeah, Instagram. What we do is we just, every day we post a question with a Lego picture. So it's very fun.
You learn something and you get to see fun Lego figures that Annie puts together. So don't forget to subscribe on your podcatcher of choice and review us, please. Give us 5 stars for all these fun facts and when we inadvertently offend Canadians.
I don't think you can offend Canadians. I'm just doubling down. Just digging.
Keep on digging.
If you like what we do and you want to donate, we will be so happy.
We appreciate any support you can give. It really does help us pay the bills. It's not free to do this, but it's fun.
And if you want to submit a question, go to our website, quizbangpod.com, and we have a contact sheet there.
We'd love to hear from you. I think that'll do it for us, Annie. We're a little slap happy for some reason.
I've been Annie Flora.
I've been David Flora.
Here's looking at you, Quiz.
Did you know 3 actors have played the Mountain?
Did you know that 3 actors are Canadian?